Okay, welcome back to my opinion. This little video is going to be about being a free thinker and not letting the news make your decisions for you. If you'll notice, if you'll be observant, and you notice that it seems like conservatives tend to watch Fox News, Newsmax, a few others, and Sean Hannity, etc. Liberals, on the other hand, seem to watch CNN, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, etc. And it seems like all of their opinions, all of their decisions politically seem to in line with the news that they watch. And that's, I guess, natural out of the human condition. But you should be enough of a free thinker to be able to make your own mind up based on all of the evidence, all of the criteria, and not just what a news source tells you should think. If you believe Trump is great and that he's the best choice for this country, you should be able to cite reasons. If you believe Biden is doing a great job, then you should be able to cite reasons. If you can't, you're just taking the word of some dipshit in New York or, Florida or wherever, and their opinion, not your own, not based on your criteria. If you think, for example, Trump is a racist, you have to cite reasons. You can't call somebody a racist just because CNN said so. You can't call Biden. You can't call Biden senile just because Sky News says he is. You have to, look at the evidence. Look at what both sides say. You have, believe it or not, I watch all of it. I try to get different perspectives. As far as talk show people, some of them are a little cringy and hard to watch. I'll be the first to admit that. Especially, I'm very conservative in a lot of aspects, liberal in others. I tend to go more towards the conservative people, parties and so forth, because they seem to be, they don't seem to be nutty. The liberals seem to be a little far out there. Even Bill Maher, who's a old school liberal, and he'll tell you that himself, old school liberal. I watch a lot of Bill Maher. He makes a lot of good sense. He has a lot of good. Now, he does have Trump derangement when it comes to Trump. He just can't stand Trump and can't exactly cite any specific reason. He just hates him. But on other stuff, like all of this woke stuff and this cancel culture and the whole trans thing, stuff like that, he has a lot of common sense when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I've noticed, I have some very liberal friends, and they're ultra liberal, and they tend to go with what CNN says, and there's no talking to them, no trying to not argue, not even debate, but ask simple questions like, well, what has Trump done that you think makes him a racist? And then to be able to talk about it, or vice versa. You know, if you think RFK, for example, is a left-leaning nut job because he's a Democrat, tell me why. Why you think that? And be able to discuss it. But most sides, on both sides, can't really discuss unless they're discussing it with someone who already agrees with them, or probably does. And then if you find out that they don't agree with you, they tend to want to argue about it. And not even argue, but close you off, just shut you down, you know, and not make sense. Especially, I have found, and maybe it's because I agree mostly with conservatives, but maybe it's because, you know, I am a conservative mostly. But, you know, for example, I believe in gay rights. That's a very liberal stance. I believe gay people should have all the rights and privileges that the rest of us have. I'm an independent. I'm a libertarian. But I have noticed that. So what we all need to be doing, everybody, liberals and conservatives and independents, need to use our own brains and be critical thinkers and be question everything and look at the evidence, look at the facts, look at what's out there, and not just go with what our news media source tells us that we should be going with. Because the news media is not trustworthy. None of them are. And if you trust them, you're trusting someone else. Find out for yourself, especially when it comes to your world, your life, your everything. But anyway, that's my opinion. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you see that too? Have you noticed that as well? Or am I just, out there? Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe.